Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Assassin 4. It's your boy Dre from PG. I'm joined by my bro C Note and D Dr. Esquire Day. What's going on, fellas?
What's up with it?
What's going on?
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a little minute, we're going to that, but I hope while y'all was waiting for us, y'all tuning into our new brand corner, a special international edition of me, my boys Dave and T. We was out in Brazil at the Rio Olympic Park. We got some good footage of the gold medals that we saw out there and some good content. So please check that joint out if you haven't done so already. But man, today's episode, we're just going to get into some college football content, talk about the upcoming season. But before we get into that, fellas, someone told me California was supposed to be sunny. But all I've been hearing this offseason is just dark clouds. We got Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers.
Oh
We
shit,
got
man.
Walt, who just bought the Lakers 14 months ago, selling the Lakers again. And then you got all this stuff about loans ain't getting paid, all this other stuff. And mind you, LeBron chose to leave LA. He must have known something. Cause ain't no way he want to be a part of this. But Dodgers, Clippers, Lakers, yo, what's going on out there, man?
Hey man,
I don't know, man. 12 like 12 billion though is a lot of money, man. So they should be
that's a
able to
lot
pay
of
back
money.
some of those loans. They should be able to pay off something.
That's a lot of money.
But bro, he was a broke motherfucker buying a franchise. What the fuck are we doing out here, son?
Hey, if that's the case, let me get in. Let me get in.
I ain't know they do long like that, bro. I thought you had to hang that like it up. You can't play around with that.
I'm gonna go to the bank and like, look, man, I'm trying to flip a sports scene real quick. Let me hold some.
I'm saying, you talking about I come out 2 billion after that whole shit? Fuck, I break you off a smooth 500 mil. I still walk away
Exactly.
clean.
Exactly. Just sign off on this real quick.
Mm.
Easy work, man. I don't know. It just seems like Balmer and Walt was just going band for band to see who could be more corrupt in LA and California, man. Because the fact that all three franchises are in the papers for the wrong reasons, it's like Paulo has a vendetta against LA. I don't know why he does, but for some reason he just has this vendetta against LA and just wants to expose the fuck out of these niggas, man.
He got robbed. He must have got robbed in LA or so.
But I'm just so surprised, like the vans ain't come or the black SUVs hasn't come pick this man up yet. So I'm like, he's about to shut the whole sports industry down
Silver is pussy. That's why. Adam Silver pussy.
because you know if Kawhi Leonard is doing this, we know he ain't the only motherfucker doing this shit.
Oh hell
No,
no.
it's multiple people.
Yeah.
So if whenever they decide on what's going to happen with this situation, it's going to be interesting to see because I think this is going to be a real domino effect if it goes the way I think it can go.
Nah, honestly, I think that they're gonna start seeing that there's a lot going on before the information get out, and they're gonna try to quickly cover it up because it's gonna be
It's too
a huge
late.
name. It's
They
gonna be
should
a
they should
huge name.
they should have started after the first company got leaked. Now there's another one, the scoreboard. They should
Yeah,
have got to the
yeah.
scoreboard.
That's the yeah.
He literally replaced all of that motherfucker. He's literally there with the evidence.
Oh man. I guess like
I'm
when it when
sorry,
it
Dave.
when it comes to Kawhi, I'm gonna wait until an actual punishment, until an actual like decision on this trade occurs before I just go off on
So
whoever. Like if it
here's
has to
my
be
thing.
Pablo,
No,
Balmer,
no, go ahead. No,
I
why
don't know.
wait? Why we gotta wait?
We
Why wait?
we ha- we
No,
we have to wait. We have to wait. No, it's
go
go.
ahead,
It's,
Dave.
it's,
Go ahead. Come on, man.
whatever happens, gonna have to deserve
No, man.
its
I know
own
you feel a type of
special
way.
its own special rancor. It's
This,
whatever
this is
happens, gonna deserve it.
This is a safe space. You could tell us how you really feel about this situation.
Pablo Torre, if you fuck this shit up for me, if you fuck this shit up for me, bro, I'll have you writing thick pieces in Pelican Bay, bro. Do not mess this up for me, dog.
No, here's my thing. How do we even know that? I ain't gonna say Kawhi is not involved, but what if he just signed and he didn't even know what the fuck he was signing?
Right, we know Kawhi.
And he didn't have the mental capacity. That's a thing, man, with these contracts. He didn't have the wherewithal, or he didn't have all the information.
Son, this nigga asked for a helicopter. When you ask for a helicopter, you on a different type of time. I said, mind you, his uncle was the
That's some
agent.
villain shit though. That is some villain shit.
The uncle was the agent, not Clutch, not goddamn Rock Nation, not like any other shit. His fucking uncle. And we know his uncle a nigga, cause Kawhi nigga.
Yeah. Nah, his uncle been put. You remember back in 2019, the uncle was behind everything, pulling all the strings.
Yeah,
Exactly.
In LA.
And this is why we're where we at. Bro, shout out to BT. 910's Finance was good.
Was good, yo.
Yeah, we're just talking about all the scandal shit going on in LA, bro. You would think we only got down, what, ABC and shit? Wonderland and shit.
Nah, this ain't Dateline. This ain't 2020.
I know you happy Brown left all this shit behind.
Brown should have been left, man, but you know, he wanted to get him out there. Should never went there in the first place, man. But it's what it is.
Yeah, man, I just think this shit funny going on in LA, man. Like we was just discussing earlier, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Dodgers finish this season because there's a lot of good bump going on in the NL. But honestly, it's fucking niggas.
Fact.
BT. I was telling Corey that the best 3 teams in the AL are in one division, and that's the East. And I feel like the Dodgers, to me, the Dodgers ain't gonna win the World Series. And if they don't win the World Series, going into a potential lockout, which who knows how long that's gonna last. I mean,
they already broke. That's why I'm saying they broke the league, man.
There's more smoke to come, bro.
Wow.
And y'all, and everybody was going on KD going to the Warriors, and they let these niggas do this shit. See, at least the Warriors.
Because don't they got like at least 3 pitchers that have won like Cy Young awards or something like that, or been All Stars.
It's not even that. It's how they doing these Bama's contracts.
Yeah, everyone's getting
Ohtani's
a few $100 million.
Ohtani's base salary is like a meal.
Yeah,
because they circumvent that joint on the back end for the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why they broke the league, because they are able to go out and get all these other good players, because you got players like Ohtani and all these other like pitchers and star players knowing they should be getting like 50, 60, 70, 80 mil a year, right?
So but that I heard the reason why they're doing that shit is because ownership is going to try to sell the team after they get a few World Series rings. So by them selling the team, they won't be responsible for paying out those contracts, which that's super shitty.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's real fucked up. Damn, Magic. I didn't know you was that scummy.
I mean, LA.
Crazy work, man.
It's tough to
the
see.
Panthers, they just signed Darren Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he in like year 30. We're gonna have to line him up with some with a walker. After every catch, he gonna have like some Bengay.
What, Darren Waller?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Dave, he ain't been right since Kelsey Blum broke up with him, man.
This was like
when he dropped that track.
Oh.
Well, he gonna back up behind Trimble?
I don't even see how he gonna make the team. You still got Mitchell Evans, who be balling.
Yeah.
And you got you got Trimble, and you got Sanders.
Sanders, he primarily gonna be a blocking tight end. Trimble, I honestly, Mitchell Evans is probably gonna be the starter, and I don't think Waller gonna make the team. That was a dumb pickup.
Why would the pros y'all even sign this nigga? It's a waste of time, but man.
But shoot, man, since we're talking about football, we can get right into it now that my boy's here. What's good, T?
What's up, bro? Sorry I'm a little late today.
We get it, brother.
It's all good. It's all good. You know what? You get an excuse because for people that I know, it was our boy's birthday yesterday. So, shout out to the birthday boy T, man. Another year around the sun, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Big Leo season, bro. Virgo season coming up soon. We got a couple birthdays coming up this
Hey,
year.
Y'all,
Big V's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But man, let's get to it. This college football season's upcoming, man. Should be another exciting season. A lot of good team. Well, let's just say it's been a lot of fucking movement on this college football off season. So a lot of teams retool with the transfer portal and we're recruiting and everything. So our boy Day, he put up the coaches poll coming into the season. Uh, Fellas, anything that stand out to y'all? Anything we can like break the ice on this college football discussion? Like how y'all feel about this coaches poll or any team you see in this joint?
Um, I think there's a couple teams that I feel like are teams and coaches that are under pressure to win a lot of games. And I'm gonna start obviously with Oregon at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of talent. They have a good roster, a lot of talent, but at what point are we going to start questioning Dan Lanning? Because you got you got absolutely throttled by Indiana in the playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
You got throttled by Ohio State in the playoffs the year before. You have all this talent, you have all this speed, you have some good talent in the trenches as well, but it's just something about Oregon that when they get hit in the mouth, it seems like they just don't fight back. Like Indiana came into their house and hit them in the mouth, and they fought back to make it a game, but Indiana ended up winning at Austin Stadium, which is one of the hardest places to play in all college football. Then they met again in the playoffs, and you would think that you would want to get your link back, but they got smoked even worse.
Yep.
And Texas is another team. Sark been knocking on the door. They lost to that game in Ohio State in the semifinals a couple years ago. The year before they were in the playoff, they lost to Washington on the last possession of the game. And last year, things didn't go as well as I thought with Arch Manning. You added Cam Coleman in the offseason to help Arch Manning out, but we've seen Texas like get in the mouth as well. Like remember they played Georgia at home a
Yeah.
couple years ago. Georgia actually came out and showed them what SEC football is about.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no excuse. Texas, you have Ohio State at home this year. They do have a tough schedule. I don't know if anybody can go through Texas' schedule real quick. If anybody can somebody click on
Yeah, I got it. They
Texas
got
real quick?
Ohio State second game. They got Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State,
Mm.
Missouri, LSU, Arkansas.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Now, they got a tough schedule, but they get in the playoff. They have about as much talent as anybody, make the playoff. But, Sark, man, his play calling be sus. We saw it in the Ohio State game. Last year in Columbus, we saw it when they played Ohio State in the playoff game. Trying to get too cute on the goal line instead of just trying to punch it in. It cost them the game.
Yeah.
So, uh, those are two teams that are going to have a lot of questions to answer, and honestly, are under a lot of pressure to get it done because you got the landscape of college football. You know, you there's so many variables now. Like you're not going to have like these long windows like in the past, or have these stretches of dominance because the playing field is so level now that you got to get it done when the opportunities present yourself. And those are two teams that have to get it done and two coaches that have to get it done. Ohio State, speaking of, for a Big Ten schedule, they got a pretty difficult Big Ten schedule. I mean, they have at Texas and then they at Indiana. at USC, Oregon, and Michigan this year.
Mhm.
And then a couple games where possibly they could get tripped up. Um, well, at Iowa, I mean, Iowa's not great, but it's a hard place to play. And then at Nebraska, we all hate Matt Rule, but Nebraska's still a tough place to play. So
Fuck him, fat bitch.
overall, this for a Big Ten schedule. This is about as difficult
It can get.
Big Ten schedule as you can get. Outside not playing Penn State this year, so that's
But ain't they gonna be trash
interesting.
this year? Cause ain't old boy left or gone?
Yeah, true. I'm like historical
Uh,
speaking, usually playing Penn State would be a tough game, but uh, and then Dre, your Miami Hurricanes. I'll be honest with you, they should be at worst 11-1.
No, that's that, no, that's the expectation I have for this team. I don't know how the defense is going to do plugging in some of the pieces that we lost. But I know we can, I guess you can say we upgraded our offense, but just off the schedule alone, like you said, no worse than 11-1. The Notre Dame game is going to be big, but I feel like we're just a better team than them. And then outside our rivalry game, and then maybe Clemson, because Clemson's still, even though they're not the top tier team like they used to be, they still, I guess, recruit certain players over there. So you gotta be on piece because it kind of reminds me like how I felt about the Louisville or the SMU game last year with Clemson. So they need to come in focused. But yes, this gotta be the year where Mario for sure gets an ACC title. Like you had a good run in the playoffs last year, but it shouldn't took until the last minute of the college the conference championship and for certain teams to lose for us to get into the playoffs because we should have ran a table in the ACC last year because the rules have changed this year. It's like it doesn't matter what the rank is. If you win your conference, you're automatically in now, right? Going forward.
Yeah, going forward.
Yeah, and we already saw how the ACC tiebreaker rules are kind of crazy, and they don't really, like include that a team might be like a top 15, top 20 team, and then they haven't played some of the other teams that the other teams lost to. So it was just a crazy situation the ACC went through last year. The conference benefited from Miami going because, well, they actually did, because Miami was able to keep all their money, and that's how they was able to swoop in and get that quarterback and wide receiver at the last minute. I knew the play for me. They used all that witness to get those two players. I'm hit. It's an ugly game, but that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did.
Game is the game.
I'll say this: one game that could be tricky for y'all is Virginia Tech later in the season. Number one, Virginia Tech always plays Miami tough. Number two, with James Franklin, I expect them to show some improvement, and that's later on the season. So they could be a team that progresses throughout the year. And historically, Virginia Tech always plays Miami pretty tough. So this is a game to watch out for. But I mean, the schedule.
Yeah. I felt that way against Pittsburgh last year, but that's when I saw like the maturity in Mario Cristobal as a coach because after that second loss, he knew it was like money time, and so that's when the team was playing its best throughout the rest of the year. So because in the past, if we have like a bad loss, the whole team, the whole season just snowballs and like the whole thing is over with. Like people check out. Players are going worried about their draft stock, but this team actually stuck together and actually got themselves into the playoffs and was a few plays away and winning a national championship. So I just want to see if they can keep that momentum because some key players are back from that team. And we did bring in a lot of good transfers and recruits. So I guess it's tying it all together and just see if we had the same caliber because the defense was one of the main reasons why we made it that far because we had some standout players, but two DNs going into the draft in the first round, that's hard to replace, man. So, but I do feel like we're the best team in the ACC right now, and we should make it to the ACC championship and should be a lock-in playoff team. Honestly, by the end of the year, we should have like a first round bye. We keep it a bad if we handle business with the schedule that we have.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is that UNC game on Halloween will be a nightmare. Could be Bill Belichick's last game coaching the Tar Heels.
Is he gonna make it there? Because Pablo on his ass too.
Nah. I promise you, son. If TCU blows them out by like 30, Oh my god.
He might not make it past September, bro. Like
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Carolina, they got TCU start the year, then they got East Tennessee State, ain't nobody, whatever. Then they go at Clemson week 3. That's probably gonna be an L. And I don't see UNC beating Clemson. Then they get Notre Dame 2 weeks later,
That's a L.
blowout. Then at Pitt, at Duke,
Mm.
Syracuse, Miami, a random game versus UConn in November,
Okay. Second.
Louisville,
No.
at UVA, and then State. So those last 3 games, they're probably go 0-3 because Louisville's pretty solid, UVA's solid, and then NC State's own UNC in football like recently. So
And UConn gonna smack them too. We're gonna smack them too.
probably,
Yeah, we're gonna smack them too.
yeah. I mean, if I'm UNC, I only see maybe like 2, 3, maybe like wins. Like you really feel
It's
like
2.
confident that they can win. Like 2, that ain't good enough. Could kept Matt Brown for this shit.
I think Mike Brown would probably be doing a better job. It just seems like as soon as he came in, and it was just all these distractions about him and his girlfriend. It just seems like there's no story about UNC about the actual product on the field. And they should be lucky there's been no stories about what's going on the field because it's been atrocious. But still, it's like not to cut you off, but it's like we literally just saw Hall of Fame weekend. His fucking kicker threw a stray in the middle of his speech about his dating this young girl. That's how bad it's gotten at UNC. Bill Belichick would never be disrespected like this back in his peak.
No.
But it's been so bad that everybody is just taking their turn like, oh, this get bad about to get real. And now you pretty much playing almost all the top teams in the ACC, and like in a crucial year for you. Yeah, God bless. He gonna be working on CBS by December.
They played 1 quarter of good football last year. And y'all remember that we was watching that shit and it was like, oh, all right, this might be so. This is through to the end of the game.
You go right here. He was like, oh shit, Ben might be on something. They was like, oh damn, well.
To the end of the game.
Wasn't that the first game of the season? Wasn't that the first game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave.
Very first drive.
Yeah.
After that, it was all bad.
Because I remember that second half was ugly, dog. Ugly.
Bro, we went to sleep.
Boy.
He's like, well.
There ain't no need to finish this. Yeah, I don't see him making it out of September. Especially if he starts off getting blown out. Yeah. But at the same time, like, do they want to pay off that contract? Because they gave him that contract. And that's the only reason why he accepted the role was because of the money. Like, he knew his past was fine.
If you start off like what 0-4 or something like that, and it's not an 0-4 in which you like just coming up short or whatever, but you getting smacked, like you losing by double digits every game, you gonna have to eat, like you're gonna have to just like cut your losses, bro. Like, and it's a lot of millions that you're gonna have to lose out on, because of that deal.
The thing is, though, from the thing I've been hearing is that I think UNC will be willing to pay because there are a lot of people who still, and this is from, I was watching this guy's show. He really follows college football. He says that the UNC job is still a very coveted job because of the ruling that is possibly coming, and with UNC being able to get out of the ACC with little resistance. And with the influx of money that will come from joining the Big Ten or the SEC, that this will still be a very coveted job. And, for new AD, they got rid of the former AD. And, once they get rid of the Bill Belichick nonsense, the way he described it is like UNC signed the circus and not actually like a legitimate college football coach. They signed like the circus and the headlines basically, but like, they hired like a serious college football coach. This would be a very coveted job because UNC has the financial backing. They have the resources. They have a strong alumni base, and especially if they join one of these two power conferences, they're going to be even getting more financial incentives, and like it's going to be a very coveted job. Even with buying Belichick out of his contract. So
Yeah,
to
that's a
answer
lot
that
of
question, I think USC would definitely pony up the money and get rid of Belichick if they knew they could get a splash hire somebody that actually understands college football and how to coach. And because remember when Belichick was coming on talking about they were trying to be like a 33rd NFL team or some shit like that. Like that's when Belichick, that's where you went wrong right there, because you can't run a college football program like an NFL program, even with NIL and all that stuff. This is not the same. There's no salary cap.
Nope. And honestly, you're such an old head. Like you don't really reach the kids because you wasn't like, even though they all pretty much retired, like, Nick Saban had, adapt to it because he was coming up during when NIL, all this started and all these other coaches. You just came into this joint. This is a whole new environment, more than what it used to be when you first started coaching in NFL. So you just assume that, oh, since money involved, I get to talk to a player a certain way and shit like that because they got to listen to what I do. But this is a year-to-year gig. Like, we seen plenty of time. Bam must be on 4 different teams before they get to the league or graduate, wherever, quote unquote, wherever you want to do. So I don't know how you even claim the fucking, like, do you got to go to all 4 homecomings? Like, how does that work out? So I just trying to figure out how this shit works. And so, wow, college sports has become. It's just a wicked free agency every off season.
And then actually counting the fact of recruiting as well. Like, do y'all really see Bill Belichick going into someone's house trying to get their son to come play quarterback or come play wide receiver at UNC?
Not him, but his girlfriend.
Hey, son.
But that's one thing we can actually give Nick Saban. Nick was actually going out doing this shit. We saw the videos of him doing the Cupid shuffle in people's house and shit.
Shit, even BT's old coach, he was over there in the fucking players hype up videos and shit, dog.
Hey, yo.
Yo, Brian Kelly with his fake accent, bro.
What, BT?
He tried BT.
He trying, yeah. He trying. He trying, dog.
But boy, going from one scum to the biggest one, how you feel about Lane Kiffin, man? Yo, you can close though, boy. What's wrong?
Hey, Lane don't give a fuck. Oh shit.
How you feel, BT?
You just gotta win, yo. That's all I care about, bro. I don't care about none of that other stuff. Just win, bro.
Talk that
That's
shit.
it. That's all I got, bro. Just win.
Y'all got Big O. Y'all got Big O back on the field. The vibes are back, BT. The vibes are back, man.
So BT, I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of national title or bust for LSU. Do you believe that's the case, or just getting to the playoffs, maybe winning like 1 or 2 playoff games? Would that suffice for a good season for year 1 under Lane Kiffin, or what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm always gonna say Natty, bro. But if he just gets to he gotta get to the playoffs though. But you gotta win, bro. Just win the Natty. That's my expectation. But that's just me. But as far as like the fan base, they just want the playoffs.
I know you have a certain game circle, or that's just that other fan base.
It's just the other fan base.
It's gonna be a good game though.
The other game gonna take care of itself when they get here. Just beat Clemson.
I feel it all in week 1. I feel it.
Yep. The other game gonna take place.
We got we got to start on the road against Stanford on a Friday. I'm like, see, they tried. That's honestly, we should smack them, but I could see the bullshit already because West Coast for your first game, different time zone. So, but we got to handle business. So, T, are you pretty much just waiting to see if they're gonna fire your coach this year?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Matter of fact, we'll do an exercise right now. Somebody pull up FSU schedule. We'll go get it.
Hold on. Hey, one second, dog. 1 second, bro. We got you, bro. 1 second. 1
I forgot.
second. Hold on. We got you.
$200 my savings account chip into the buyout.
Hold on, we got you, bro. We got you.
I got a couple hundred on the buyout.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. First game of the year. Who cares, right? New Mexico State. Whatever, right? SMU at home. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. SMU is gonna be a team that's gonna probably compete to see Miami and Charlotte for the ACC championship game. L. That's an L, right? At Alabama, L. Central Arkansas, W. UVA, they beat us in overtime last year. There should be a get back game for us. For some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like UVA is just going to figure out a way to pull off an upset. So we'll say it's a toss-up game right now. So we'll just put a question mark by that one, right? At Louisville is going to be L. Louisville's another team that's going to be competing to face Miami and Charlotte. At Miami, please, like smoke. We even be for we'll be for 3 touchdowns. Like, come on, bro. Halloween night, I love to beat Clemson, but I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I just don't see it, bro. Even last year when Clemson was terrible, we couldn't beat Clemson, bro. Like, no, nah. At Boston College, I mean, after the Clemson game, I mean, is Mike Norvell gonna make it past Halloween, bro? Like, let's be real. Could be spooky for a lot of coaches, bro.
I put it like this. It's either going to be by that Louisville or that Miami game. If things are really off the rails, that's when they're going to pull the trigger. That's when they're going to pull the trigger.
I could see it being right before Miami. I could definitely seeing it being right before Miami.
Then they're going to keep him for the Miami game, even though they should do it Louisville. So, but I think if it's like 21-0 at halftime, I guess they're already going to have the discussion like, hey fam, just stay here. Don't just stay.
I mean, honestly, look at the schedule. They'll probably do it after Miami because you have that bye week in between, so you could try to, get some things in order. But I mean, realistically, like I honestly like even being optimistic, I went through the schedule and I was like 5-7 is the most realistic thing I could see, bro. There's a couple games that could be toss-up games, but like we lost to UVA last year, and they have a good football coach. Like Tony Elliott, their coach, used to be the D coordinator at Clemson.
Yeah.
He's a solid coach. And also, my cousin is getting recruited by UVA, by the way, out there in Richmond. So,
Okay.
Shout out to
yeah, man. He was just at his football camp this summer. So he'll be a sophomore this year in high school, wide receiver, DB. So Tony Elliott's he's doing some good stuff at UVA though, for real. So he did a lot in year when they got to the ACC championship game. And I'm sure will continue to make strides to become a pretty solid program. And plus UVA is kind of one of them teams that also with the expansion, we talk about like SEC want to go north and Big Ten want to go south. But UVA is kind of right there with North Carolina in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're a team to watch out for in the expansion. A lot of people don't really talk about as much, but I've heard rumors that UVA would be some conferences would be interested in UVA as well.
But the ACC is turning into what's going to happen. What happened to the Pac-12 if this really happens?
Yeah,
and it's sad because especially us growing up on the East Coast, especially in Maryland, North Carolina, to see the ACC where it's at now, it's just so sad. Because they were like maybe not football wise, but like especially basketball, like in the crowd, they was like a top, conference.
and baseball too.
Yeah, baseball. And then, it did have their years for Florida State, Clemson, UNC was hot from time to time and everything. Louisville came in and they had their good season and stuff. But the fact that it's pretty much the death sentence going to the ACC as a whole because a lot of teams are going to jump. It's just not going to feel the same anymore. But this is the times we're living in right now. So.
Yep. But this is what happens when you sign a 20-something year TV contract back in like 2012 or 13, when the other guys just signed like a 10-year deals and stuff at the most. Like that was the worst decision they ever made, bro. They locked in ESPN for such a long time, bro. Like why? Just for ESPN to give the SEC all this crazy money and basically put the SEC at the front, and the ACC is like pulling the back burner. Even in college basketball, like ACC historically is the best conference. You got Carolina, you got Duke, and even now ESPN puts the ACC on the back burner for the SEC in basketball. Like, it's crazy, but that's where the money is, and they didn't have the foresight to kind of see where things were going, and they tried to expand when the Big East got apart, but this is not shade, but it took Miami a little bit longer to become what people thought Miami would be in the ACC, right? Virginia Tech had started off strong, but then they fell off. Boston College had a couple good years in football, a couple decent years in basketball. They really haven't done much at all. Pitt has been solid, but it's Pitt. Like, they don't really have the cachet, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Louisville's
the SEC.
Louisville been only like consistent addition to the ACC.
Facts. And then when you look at the SEC, when they expand, they get Texas, they get Oklahoma, like, and
the Big Ten, they get UCLA, USC, and they benefited not only in football, basketball, but gymnastics and women basketball. Like, they got good teams to come into that conference.
And I know people hate it. I know people in the ACC, especially Duke, was throwing shade at Maryland. But this is exactly why Maryland said, fuck y'all, and bounce.
We had to make the decision to say the program that was actually winning championships. I feel like that was a good business decision on my part. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean you have to stop playing each other. I'm always say that the invite is still on the table. You feel me? Like, niggas will schedule a non-conference game every year if we wanted to. Like, that's all I'm saying on that front. You know how I feel.
But Maryland had the foresight to see where things were going. Like, this TV deal and grant of rights where, if teams wanted to leave, but they had to fight like hell to get out and, eventually go to the courts and stuff just to, try to get out. Maryland's like, nah, we'll just go ahead and leave now and join the Big Ten. And it's, they've had some competitors in basketball, not quite in football, but they're getting that money. So from the business standpoint, it's worked out for them. And meanwhile, you got teams trying to get out of the ACC now. So that's just, that's just one of the fatal mistakes that happened. And, the ACC commissioner I think it was last year before, talking about the former commissioner that signed the deal, talking about, people were throwing whatever. But I'm like, dude, like, you're on a sinking ship, bro. The ship is sinking, bro. That as soon as when FSU and Clemson filed a lawsuit, that UNC was basically just hoping that someone would go in those papers so they could they don't want to be perceived as the bad guys because they're a traditional ACC team. But they were praying that a rule would come down that will allow FSU and Clemson to league, which would set the table for them to bounce as well. And this is where college sports is born. We said it in our chat, but I hate to break it to y'all, but there's gonna be a time in the near future where UNC and Duke are only gonna play once a year college basketball. So y'all better buckle up and get ready for it. UNC will probably play Kentucky twice a year more versus Duke moving forward. Whew. I'm just letting it. That's just where it's going, bro. Like, that's just where things are going. It's pretty much gonna be two power conferences.
I'd rather for it to be Big Ten and we play Michigan State.
Hey, I mean,
y'all only gonna play Duke during the ACC SEC challenge. It's gonna be nasty.
Hey, it'd be ratings though. That'd be some nasty ass ratings.
It'd be some ratings because it's only gonna be one game, so that's gonna be like the game to talk shit for somebody for a whole year. So yeah, them games gonna have definitely some more venom to it than they usually have. But back, I do want to give a shout out to Maryland because I also rock with my Maryland Terps. That's the home team. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, Maryland's been struggling for the past couple of years, but I do want to remind folks this was a team when we had through his little brother, we won 3 straight bowl games unlikely. We just had a lot of departures over the last few years, and then it's just been kind of bad because of injuries, and then teams just being better like Indiana. But I really feel like Malik Washington, the new QB at Maryland, he's definitely QB that in the next couple of years I could see him getting drafted in the NFL. So they definitely got a good QB behind them. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of year they have. They did get a star recruit and Zion Ely out of Baltimore, highest rated recruit that ever committed to the Maryland Terps. So definitely going to be watching that defense to see how his impact is on the field. But questions since we're on the bit, has Big Ten really taken over the SEC in dominance when it comes to football? Because we in the last few champions have come for the Big Ten. The SEC really hasn't against the Big Ten in big moments. The Big Ten has really been winning these games, especially when we think about in basketball. Well, basketball they come back and forth, but football, like what the last
I'll
three
say,
champions was Big Ten.
Yeah, the last 3
I'll say
Natties.
they're better at the. I'll say they're better at the top, but I think the SEC is more depth, and I think going through an SEC schedule throughout the season, I don't know if they just beat the hell up by the time they get to the playoffs or what, but
No,
you can't
honestly,
deny
that's
the
what it
big.
is. They're beating each other up.
Exactly. You can't deny that the Big Ten's had success. They won the last 3 championships. Like Indiana was undefeated last year, which is crazy in this era to go undefeated. You know, Indiana's schedule during the regular season really wasn't much of anything outside of playing Oregon. I mean, they did play Ohio State in the Big Ten title game, but sometimes in the Big Ten you have schedules that's pretty tough, but then also you have like some pretty weak schedules. And for the most part, when you go through an SEC schedule, you're gonna play
At least three.
some teams, yeah. So
Out the gate, like 3, 4 teams, you already know that.
They're gonna be top 12 teams.
And
So it's
okay,
like
I see your
can't deny
point.
the Big Ten's results, but I think the SEC, we talk about conference, you gotta look at the conference as a whole. I still think the SEC has more depth of teams, but the Big Ten might be better at the top for now. Because the Big Ten, a lot of these Big Ten schools have money, like I didn't know Indiana had an alumni base with that much like endowment and money.
Yeah,
They got some big time alums. I didn't know
yeah,
Mark Cuban went to Indiana.
yep.
Yep.
And then we know Michigan has some big time alums in Ohio State as well. So
Yeah.
You
I
you
think
gotta
that's
think
just level the playing field.
AT, you gotta think they're probably still making residuals off users and shit, bro. So
Oh yeah.
they already saving that money and just for shit like this.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break in the episode to present an ad for Alpha Progression. If you're serious about building muscle and tired of the gimmicks, check out the Alpha Progression app. It's no BS, just science-backed training designed by real lifters and competitive bodybuilders. Alpha Progression has already been named the App of the Day by Apple twice, and it's the top-rated fitness app in Germany, now making waves worldwide. What sets this app apart? First, the intuitive workout logger. It's powerful enough for seasoned lifters, but simple enough for beginners to jump right in. Then there's the AI-powered plan generator. It customizes workouts from scratch based on your goals and equipment, with over 1,000 trillion input combinations. Quality-wise, this app has workout plans that measure up to the best personal trainers in the world. And it doesn't stop there. Their progression algorithm gives you exact weight and rep suggestions based on your performance, so you're always improving and never plateauing. And right now, we got a special deal for you guys. For you all as Assassin4 podcast listeners, get 20% off your first payment using this following link, alphaprogression.com/Savsin4. That's alphaprogression.com/Savsin4. SAVSIN4. Train smarter, grow stronger. Download the Alpha Progression app today.
Yeah, BT, you're a fan of SEC team, BT. What do you think?
Man, you pretty much said it, bro. And like the top pause, but with Ohio State and Oregon, like their best 2 teams are better than the SEC's best 2 teams. Like I'll take them 2 over Georgia and wait, Texas right now. That's probably the best 2 teams in the SEC, Georgia and Texas. I would definitely take Oregon and Ohio State over them. Now, when it comes to the LSU's, the Texas A&M, the Tennessees, the Floridas, um, even Vanderbilt, man, they're a sneaky little team. Arkansas, Auburn, that's when SEC comes alive. That depth, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna forget about that other school in Mississippi.
I ain't gonna hold you, BT. Fuck Florida. I say my Terps can beat them niggas right now. Fuck them. That's how I feel.
You talking about Florida?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
They really Florida ain't shit, man. I ain't worried about them niggas, dog. Y'all play them this year?
Nope.
Well, they gonna catch a L somewhere else regardless. They ain't got nothing over there. Them Tebow era days are over with. But yo, fellas, because we talk about other coaches. Deion Sanders in Colorado.
Mm.
Cause we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest. After his first season, Al Shador and Charles Hunter did not look good at all. And people are looking for the downfall of Deion. And could this season get ugly again? Because I don't know if you can pull up Colorado schedule, Dave, but like Deion gotta get back to winning, or it's gonna be some rumblings at Colorado, man, because they just gonna say you're only as good as your son Travis Hunter, and your kids be on the team. Because right now you gotta develop these QBs, and the offensive line still looks kind of weak, man.
So Colorado, they opened up at Georgia Tech, probably an L.
Mm-hmm.
Because Georgia Tech is, their coach is offensive line coach. They're gonna be strong in the trenches.
Yeah, and they're a good team.
Weber State. Yeah, Weber State. Okay, that should be a dub, right? They're at Northwestern. I'm not sure how good Northwestern is, but and then they get at Baylor.
I can see Northwestern being Colorado. I ain't going front. They're not that good.
The first 4 games will be 2-2. We'll be 2-2 the first 4 games.
Yeah, I can see that.
Texas Tech, they're gonna get smacked by Texas Tech.
We'll be, by the time we get to K-State, we'll be 3-4. Actually, no, maybe shit. I don't know how good is Oklahoma State. Probably. We may be 3. Okay.
3-4 is reasonable, I think. I don't know how good Oklahoma State is. I know Oregon thrashed them badly last year, but like Texas Tech's going to be an L because they're coming in strong, and the Utah's a physical team. Colorado's struggled with those really physical teams in past years. Arizona State, I'm not quite sure how strong they are. Houston is a team that's a lot of people are pretty high on.
Yeah.
At Cincinnati, UCF. So I mean, we're talking at 5 wins, maybe.
I can give them 6.
I think, yeah. So like
that's a Pac-12 bowl game. That's a Pac-12 bowl game.
So I mean, this is the thing. Oh, go ahead, T.
I would say, but there's a path, but they have to win the games they're supposed to win because there's not a lot of room for error when you factor in like the Texas Techs and the Utahs and the Houstons on the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, the goal for this year, just like it was last year, was 6 wins. I mean, you get to a bowl game, however many wins you get, it's a successful season in my opinion. I mean, last year was last year. I'm sure that because of Coach Prime's health issues, that he wasn't able to prepare for the season like he wanted to. He probably wasn't able to prepare his staff the way that he wanted to. So maybe those things got in the way. But this is the year that we actually gonna see if he can really coach at this level. We gonna really see it. Like, and the proof, and however it go will show you exactly what it is. If we go 3-9 like we did last year, I think he should go try to maybe do something else. I mean, last season we talked about him possibly being like a athletic director or somebody that can be like a NIL type of, coordinator or something like that for a school. I don't know. Like, this year will tell us a lot about how he can coach at this level. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But I think we can get 6 wins. If we go 6-6, that's a successful season for me. I mean, they got us finishing, I think, 12th in the conference right now, 12 out of 16, which is fair. I mean, we didn't have a good year last year, and I don't think, and if you notice, like, this offseason has been a lot quieter than the last 2, last 3. So it's there's no hype machine. So we're gonna see how good Deion Sanders is. We're gonna see how good it is, and I'm excited to see it. And I think we're gonna learn a lot, even with this first game at Georgia Tech. I don't know how good Georgia Tech was. I know last year they had Haynes King and some other guys. Georgia Tech is a really a well coached team, in my
I
opinion.
think they
But
got
we'll see.
Georgia Tech. I think they had they got a QB that transferred in that was pretty good. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I was going to add some context. So Georgia Tech was one of those teams that are just outside the top 25 and received some votes. I know they played Kansas State. Kansas State got 1 vote, so people think they're going to be decent. Let's see any other Big 12 teams in here. Houston's ranked 24th in the coaches poll.
Yeah,
Utah's
Texas Tech,
21st, and then Texas Tech is 12.
Yeah.
So, some people think Georgia Tech's going to be a pretty solid football team. And Oklahoma State actually got some votes as well. So I guess some people think some coaches think they might be pretty decent. I mean, we'll see. But like I said, Colorado just has to win the games that they're supposed to win, and they could probably get to 6 wins. But if they lose one of those games, they're going to pull an upset, which I mean, not saying they aren't capable of doing, but just based off what we saw last year, I'm not sure. It has been very quiet, and there hasn't really been a lot of chatter about Colorado, which probably could be a good thing.
It's a good
all
thing.
the hype has died down, so you just focus on the X's and O's and what they need to do to, have a successful season.
Yeah, and then it comes down to talent. I mean, we're less talented than we were last year, and definitely 2 years ago. So it's really going to come down to coaching. We'll see how good our staff is. I don't know how good they are. I mean, our quarterback Julian Lewis was talking about how last year they didn't really have any structure. They didn't really have any kind of play set. It was kind of there was a lot of confusion at the line of scrimmage. That happened a lot last year. So hopefully they've got some things cleared up, and even if they go 5-7 and they're competitive and we don't have any, and out of those 7 losses, we lose by single digits, or we lose on the on the last possession, or we're competitive or whatever. I'd be okay with that. But we want to get to 6 wins. I think 6 wins will at least show at least a little bit of relevance. Getting to a bowl game will help out a lot. It'll help out a lot with recruiting. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. So a question I want to ask. So can you put the coaches poll back up once again, Dave?
Yeah.
Cause I just want y'all to see what's a team y'all feel like in this culture poll that can be there's always that one team that kind of surprises the poll and they jump up and look like contenders. And then what's a team that, they can really fall out of playoff contention because we just find out pretty much last year's Texas, how they went from first to out of the playoffs. Who's that team y'all can see happening to like that?
All right, I'll go first real quick, man. All right, I ain't about to be funny when I say this, bro. So don't think I'm being funny, bro. I just don't know how good of a coach Ole Miss coach is, bro. Or Ole Piss coach is, bro. I don't know how good of a coach he is, bro.
Yeah.
He was a high defensive coordinator, but his defenses was never top ranked. The quarterback is nice. I ain't gonna say nothing from him, but he was in a system last year. How's the system gonna be this year for him? Running back is done nice, but once again, you was in the system. So how's the system gonna be this year? You gonna be the same system you had with different coaches? So they top 10 right now. They not gonna be top 10 by the end of the season. It's just not gonna happen. I just don't see it happening. And then you in the SEC schedule too. I just don't see them going back to the playoffs, bro. And that's not me hating. That's me being real.
No, that's real.
Team I see that can surprise some people. Probably Tennessee, man. Tennessee always got a nice little offense on them. Tennessee or SMU, one of them two. I think gonna surprise some people.
Yeah, SMU, they They're dangerous. Baby, you know me. I'm definitely not especially after last year. I'm not sleeping on SMU. They definitely came into the ACC, and I mean, when you talk, we was like when they actually, I was like, people shouldn't sleep on them. I know they're not the team out of Texas that people talk about, but they still get Texas football players. They get good coaches, and they play tough. So it's no surprise that they still relevant and now back in the top 25.
A team that can move up, surprise people, and some of it, this is gonna be scheduled. Some of it's just but BYU at 15 is interesting because here's why: they don't play Texas Tech in the regular season. They don't play Houston. They do play at Utah, but they get Notre Dame at home. If they beat Notre Dame at home, the hype train for them
Goes up.
be in full effect. And then because of the teams they don't play in the Big 12 on their schedule, they don't play the Texas Tech and they don't play Houston. They do have Utah on the road, but they have a path to get to the Big 12 championship game and possibly get in the playoff. So BYU is a team to watch out for. Now, a team that I feel like could slide. I don't know if they would say slide, but a team, a coach that's on the hot seat that we haven't talked about yet is Lincoln Riley at USC.
Yeah.
USC should be a pretty dominant team. And I'm looking at their schedule. They have Oregon at home the end of September. They play at Penn State. And yeah, we don't really expect much, but that's the West Coast team going to the East Coast. That's always a tricky game. They play at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's coach, Luke Fickell, is another coach that's kind of on the hot seat as well. They play Ohio State, and then they play Indiana back-to-back games. That right there will determine Lincoln Riley's fate, in my opinion. Get Ohio State in LA, and then travel to Indiana.
That's a hard team.
Yeah, but you got to win one of these games between Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana if you want to keep your job. Because USC, they're not going to settle us for being a middle of the road Big Ten team with their system they have and the money they're paying Lincoln Riley. So
now you're right. The best team they got to, man, they not beating none of them teams. They best chances to beat Oregon though. But they're not beating none of them teams though. Oregon gonna smack them. Ohio State definitely gonna smack them. Indiana gonna run them out the building. Like no, I don't see it happening with them either. And it's also a nigga in the Black Hills chat too that like USC. So fuck him and fuck his team too. I'm not rooting for these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because he get hella shit, bruh. Nah, bruh. I ain't rooting for these fools.
And I guess one more team that's kind of flying on the radar, I guess, that we haven't really talked about is Texas A&M. When they did make the playoff last year, they're sitting at 8.
I think they're gonna drop.
I can see them possibly dropping.
I think
we won't find out how good they are until they play LSU week in their week 4.
I just feel like they had a devastating loss last year against us in the playoffs, and sometimes you carry a hangover into the next season because the country was pretty much expected them to like take us out of there because it's hard to win in College Station, SEC football team, top tier, all the other stuff, but we came out and got a win on the road. So I know they've retooled and got some people and they spent a lot of money, but I just feel like at some point
the schedule's brutal. I'm looking at the schedule now. It's brutal, bro. At LSU, at Missouri. Missouri is not an easy place to play. At Alabama, at South Carolina, at Oklahoma, and in Texas. And they play Tennessee as well. Yeah, they're dropping. That's a team that's
definitely dropping. You know how I feel about
them. That's at least 3. They're not winning. That's 3-4 L's right there.
Might be 5 L's.
That's why I'm saying they're going to drop a team that I'm looking at that might rise is, Michigan, because I just want to see how, year 2 Bryce Underwood's going to do under that system. He had some flashes towards the end of the year. He looked like he was progressing. And we know Michigan, they've been retooling.
Can I say one thing real quick about Bryce Underwood?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you leaving LSU, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you started the old downfall of Brian Kelly, bro. So I appreciate that. But go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
I love how you still get that man a salute. But yeah, man, he showed some flashes last year. And, he was looking kind of decent against that game against Ohio State until they eventually lost that joint. But I feel like, Michigan, they was retooling the offensive line that they lost a lot of players going into the draft last year. I saw this like year 2, year 3 for some of those fresh starters that they had. They started to recruit better skill players. So I think I want to see how he fares on the year 2. I know he got Ohio State and he probably got what's Michigan's schedule, because I feel like depending how good the defense is, they can sneak up and win some games.
So Penn State's at 18.
The fuck?
I know
Hey,
we
Penn
just kind of
State.
glanced. Yeah, I just looked at it again, the coaches poll.
Oh, shit.
I was like, hold on, let me actually go through this one again. Yeah, they're ranked at 17. They're ranked ahead of Tennessee and Washington. Washington,
Oh no,
this is another
Michigan.
team. I'm just kind of like,
Hell, hold up. Hold up. Oh shit.
That's what I was looking at. That's going to drop out is Michigan. Like I'm looking at their schedule. They got a potential 5 to 6 losses on their schedule. So it's like
Oklahoma, Penn State, Indiana.
Money Michigan gonna get a win against Oklahoma. I'm putting money on that. I'm putting money on Michigan.
It's the back end of their schedule. That's what really where it comes in at. You got Indiana, that's the week before Halloween. You got Oregon, that's November 14th.
that's on the road. That's an L.
Ohio State, there's no
on the road. That's an L. And then like Penn State, I guess some coaches think Penn State's gonna be decent. They play them at home, and Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma was one I was looking at too.
I think they might be Oklahoma. I don't know. That's just me.
Penn State only 18 because Drew Aller, bro. That's the only reason. I think that's the only reason because he back.
I thought he said
hold on.
Yeah, he in fucking where the fuck he at? Pittsburgh, the real Steelers or something.
Oh, he transferred. Oh, okay, never mind.
He got drafted.
I thought he got drafted.
Oh, I thought he stayed another year.
No, he had eligibility.
Oh,
I forgot. Rodgers had ass.
Yeah, Penn State. They got USC at home, at Michigan. They don't play Ohio State. They don't play Indiana. So I mean, I guess based on this, they have a pretty favorable schedule. They play Wisconsin at home.
Trash.
They play at Michigan. They play USC. There's no Indiana, Ohio State, or Oregon. So I mean, if Penn State was gonna have a decent season, they had a schedule to do it just because, like I said, they don't play the big 3 out of the Big Ten. Like they don't play Oregon, they don't play Ohio State, they don't play Indiana.
So and also, I'm agreeing with BT about SMU because like I'm looking at their schedule now. Like if they get past Virginia, the next time they're gonna actually see someone is gonna be Miami.
Yeah, SMU set up to. They could definitely be in Charlotte for the SEC championship game. I think for SMU, their biggest game of the year is going to be at Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do have Notre Dame later on in the season as well, but that's not a conference game. So if you lose that game, it's not going to affect your chance to get to Charlotte. But that UVA game at home is going to be.
My bad. My bad. I just want to say fuck Notre Dame because don't that new bullshit rule start this year where they just got to be top 10 to make the playoffs?
Yep.
That's a cop out.
That's weak as fuck, bro.
That's a cop out, man. That's a fucking cop out. And I hope SMU and we do them in so they don't even make that joint because first of all, they was pussies last year because they didn't want to play their bowl game because they didn't make the college football playoffs. So they decided as a whole team not to even play a New Year's Day bowl game, wherever they would have been in. But now you adopted this rule where they don't, like, they just got to finish top 10. Like, they have to join conference now because that's not fair. That's bullshit. Because essentially you're going to be taking someone's spot because nobody can essentially jump them if they fall to 10. And that's crazy.
They're getting coddled. They're getting coddled because of what happened.
It's mainly because they are almost like the golden child of college football. They're one of those names that.
But for what? They don't do shit lately.
They are the Dallas Cowboys of college football.
And every time they go to a championship, they get smacked. They don't lose. They get smacked. Because they know they got there on some BS. No, they had the most favorable schedule I saw for a team to go to a college football championship. That was the
It's
most
still funny to
easiest
me.
path I ever seen.
It's still
And they
funny to me. They was trying to hate watch y'all the whole playoffs, and they really didn't even get a chance to. Cause like, how you gonna hate watch somebody that went to the Natty?
yeah, they can't even hate watch Indiana because they don't even want them motherfuckers to win, so they had no choice but to suffer.
Like
Exactly. That's why I'm mad.
Wisconsin, Rice,
Yeah,
Michigan State, at Purdue, at UNC, Stanford,
They play the
BYU,
weakest,
the first
they play
real
the
game.
weakest teams out of the UNC. They play the weakest teams out of the ACC and the Big Ten and try to schedule in like USC, Miami every like few years. Like they'll try to schedule like one big game so they can still hold their reign. That's bullshit.
Like Notre Dame really just has they're at BYU, Miami, and SMU and Miami and SMU are at home in November. So that, like Notre Dame has no excuse not to make the playoff this year. Your really 2 or 3 hardest games are at home in November against teams from the South. So, and then at BYU, like they have no excuse, bro. Like
they knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing with this schedule. Cause I looked at it and I just closed right out.
it's nasty work, bro. And yeah, Notre Dame is good for business and TV money, but I'm like, is this a playoff or is this like a beauty pageant, bro? Like this is ridiculous, man.
You pretty much created the Notre Dame Invitational because you think with this ruling they're going to schedule harder opponents throughout the regular season? No.
No, they're not.
Especially being they don't have a conference that they're tied to. Hell no. They just gonna slap some bullshit on the schedule and know that they're gonna be top 10.
They're going to schedule their rivalries every so like they're not going to have.
They're not playing USC this year. I think it's the first time in a minute they're not playing USC.
See, exactly. So you're ducking
again,
USC.
that's what they knew what they were doing.
So you're not going to have a season where you guys see them play like Clemson, Florida State, Miami, and USC in the same season. So they actually see how good they are. No, they're going to see one of those 4 teams every so often, and to keep everything down. Like it's sad.
All right, and then they play the trash cans of the Big Ten. Like, yeah, Wisconsin's they're a decent team, but like they whatever. Michigan State ain't nothing to whatever.
Like they're all close in vicinity outside part of what UCLA or some shit like that.
All right, they're playing Wisconsin in Lambeau Field. Like that's gonna be a Notre Dame home game. Be honest with you, bro. I'm not being funny. That might be a Notre Dame home game at Lambeau Field, right? And then you play Michigan State at home, and then you go at Purdue. That's gonna be a Notre Dame home game. Like we don't care about Purdue, man.
Nah, football, not in basketball. Frauds.
Man, fuck Purdue and their quarterback is winning the Hall of Fame.
Fuck that fake. Fuck that fake god.
MAGA ass.
Man, I'm also sick of seeing. Oh, we got Drew Brees' wife and kids on the interview with the preseason. His wife and his kids. How about that?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, we got savage.
Shout out to Luke.
It was disgusting. Our linebacker had to go over Brees, bro.
Bitch ass.
Fuck his bitch ass coach that introduced him too.
Ooh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Ooh, I can't wait till we get to this NFL discussion. It's gonna be fun. Football season's back, fellas. So yeah, everybody knows not gonna follow it. This the time of year we really talk our shit because man, we got agendas. This is the agendas for real.
Yeah, the toxicity is crazy.
Hey, I just hate watching this shit too.
No, T know my rule, bro. Y'all got until October to figure out if I'm gonna be interested in this season. Y'all got until the end of October to figure this shit out. And by then, I'm locked into a whole different sport. Y'all just in the background.
Panthers better do something, bro, because the nose ain't doing shit. So Saturday's gonna be stress free around here.
November 8th, I got a hate watch game. I might even go to that shit. I got a hate watch game on November 8th.
Oh shit.
Bitch ass Sean Payne gonna be in town. If I see him, if I get close to him, I'm gonna spit at him.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Oh my God, bro.
I know
Fuck
we don't
Sean
condone
Payton.
that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone that, but for him, I make an exception.
Woo!
Cause
God
you feel,
damn.
cause you feel me.
God, God damn.
If it's anybody that deserve that shit, especially
It's
more than
him.
Matt Rule, is that
It's
bitch
him.
ass.
It's him.
Oh
I don't
shit.
condone that though. That's disrespectful to say, but he's a disrespectful person. So Corey, if you see him, by all means, I ain't gonna judge you, my boy.
This man, like, he used to be trolling fans. So fuck him.
I
I'm
just say,
just,
I just
I'm
say,
just
you
a
know,
representation of the Miami Hurricanes and the Maryland Terrence. That's all. That's
I,
all.
He shit
Doc,
talk my
Doc,
fan base and my team. Fuck him. Forever.
we let C-No handle his business. That's what it is.
But shoot, before we end this episode, anything else we need to, anything before we wrap up college football? I think it's really going to be another interesting season. Um, I can't even tell you who's like a Heisman favorite. I think it's just one of those times just because of the NIL. We got, your few suspects as being contenders and everything, but the college landscape is just so even out. You're a couple plays away of breaking the game, and we going to dive in more deep once we get a few games under our belt to see who's looking like NFL material, who's looking like Heisman material. But yeah, anything else before we wrap up, fellas?
Oregon, if y'all win the championship this year, I promise, and it's on record. It's on record. If Oregon wins the Natty this year, I will only have good things to say about the program and Dan Lanning moving forward.
Oh, you ain't gotta worry about that. Okay, so we good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's make
I'll just go put it out on a limb. I'll just go ahead and make that bet with myself. I'm like, look, Oregon, if y'all win the Natty, because y'all be parading around here like y'all big and bad. Dan Lanning be out here like the big bad wolf. And on college game day, they be inviting you on college game day because I don't know, like I have no idea. You don't be winning shit. You won the one Big Ten championship. That was it. But you, like T said, you be getting smacked in the playoffs, and you probably gonna get smacked again this time around
That's what I'm
too.
saying. Let's make it interesting.
Actually, I got y'all losing 2 games at least, like during the regular season. So, well, I mean, we'll see. But
Interesting.
how do we make it interesting? How do we
Do
make it
they
interesting?
do they make the national championship game?
Do they make the national championship game?
Do they get over under 3 L's for Oregon this season?
Yeah, over under.
Over under 3 L's for Oregon this season.
Over under 3 L's just in the regular season or overall?
Not
If
regular
they
season.
get 3 L's in the regular season, they ain't going to the playoffs, my boys.
Yeah, we ain't playing that.
I got under. I got under 3 L's. Under.
I'm gonna take the over.
Take the over.
I'm gonna take the over.
Real. You talking real nasty. If they don't make the playoffs, oh God, that
See, I don't.
game is gonna be legendary.
I live this hate shit. Why have why think about some prosper? I'm not gonna say that. Over. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see the schedule. They're gonna find a way to fuck it up. Dante Moore is the what? Likely number 1 pick in this draft. We'll see how far that lasts. Show me.
But I'm saying, if y'all win the Natty, I'll leave you guys alone. I'll leave you alone.
Carson did better against Indiana than this nigga did, and he went in the 3rd round of draft. That's the bar, Dante. That's the bar, Dante. If you can't cross that bar, God bless. That's all I gotta say about college football. But before we end this episode, we gotta give a shout out to the Brody. The Brody announced his retirement today. Mr. Triple Double Man, Mr. Rolling 20. You know what that means. He did it for Nipsey.
Mr. Fuck y'all talking about.
Classic clip. But yeah, shout out to him, man. I didn't like how his career ended. I thought he could got a better chance to still try to win a championship. He's one of the players that was well deserved for trying to get one. I guess for now, it just didn't happen like that for him. But he did have a successful career. I don't care what his haters can say. Some of his slander was justifiable. My man was out there building a fucking brick house like he was Bob the fucking Builder and shit. But you can never question his intensity. You can never question his approach to the game. He was one of the ones, man. He definitely stood out to the test of time. He was a top 75 player. He's going to be a top 100 player and so forth. You know, he had his one season in DC and he showed out. That's why he's always a good pick in the 82-0 game. But the Brody, man, you know, he was always going to give you 115% every night. He didn't cheat the game. And he was always down for his squad, regardless where he was at. So happy career, man. Shout out to you, man. All love.
Happy retirement, Brody.
Yes, indeed.
All right, man.
I was gonna say this before we get off, bro. With the NBA schedule dropping tomorrow, do not ask me for tickets.
All right, man. I get it, bro.
We're not asking you for nothing, dog. You got it, cuz.
No, y'all don't get first dibs. Anyway, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about some of these other people.
You know.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Oh, y'all know y'all stopped it.
yeah, exactly. They know who they are. Shit, boy, I gotta get them damn them 76er tickets, man. I know them shit's about to be.
Shit, we got a Commissioner's Cup game 10:30 against each other. That should be interesting.
Oh yeah. That's right. Y'all got good for the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, bro. We'll talk basketball the other day, man. Fuck Adam
Yeah,
Silver.
we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this right now. I thought we were
I
going.
don't know if it was said earlier.
We be here another 30 minutes, man.
There's never going to see the day where the Lakers return to the Lakers with 3 Ks, bro.
Fucking snow time Lakers, boy.
IDF Lakers, bro.
I don't think this type of snow you want to play in, Corey.
This ain't the cocaine. This is a fit, bro.
It's not the stage Shane was rocking with, bro.
Impact on
the block, bro. Same was the selfless product on the block, man. That's the batch that had Cannon killing them white folks out there and raising Cannon at. That shit he got.
That's the shit that make your nose bleed.
Woo.
Luka for MVP, bro. It's gonna be disgusting too, bro.
Ooh, that's nasty.
I swear, if I see something about make basketball great again, I'm gonna ball out. I'm respectfully going Bow Wow, dog.
I'm sorry, you allowed this to happen, bro. This is your NBA, bro. David Stern ruined his grade, bro.
I see that. If I see some shit like that, I'm gonna come on here and be like, man, I'm uncomfortable with how things are going right now.
Man, instead of Laker girls, bro, they're gonna try ice out there in the
Hey, wrap it up.
Hey, well, I know who they can go still lock up. There's somebody out there that they still need to lock up. Hey, if you want to know who I'm talking about, go look at one of our previous episodes. You know who they need to go lock up. One of them flyover states. One of them flyover states. Go over there. He's over there. But
what you even tell Dave to wrap this up? You're supposed to jump in.
Well, but we'll talk basketball another day. We'll talk basketball another day.
This way.
I messed up. That was on me, Corey. I messed up.
I saw a golden opportunity. I could.
You know, gonna take that shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I saw him light up. I saw him light up ready.
I'm sorry. I couldn't wrap up. Pause. I couldn't do it at that moment.
All right, folks. I'm hoping you enjoyed this episode. As you know, like and subscribe, hit that like button, hit them comments. We appreciate y'all coming through. You know, we love the people. Stay savage. Be great. If your football team plays my fuck y'all, that's how it is. But it's my boy T. Now we know finds BT. Your boy C Note. D. Not the Esquire Day. It's your boy Dre from PG. We Sassing Fort. We out, dog.
Hey, we not sponsored by Trojan.
Yeah. It's not to say my comments are my comments.
Yeah. That part.
It's all about the you, baby. Still always all about the you, baby.